factor method. Analysis we are doing here analysis of frame by using factor method. This is the question. For this question, every stiffness values are given. See here how many columns are there for this frame? AE, EI, BF, FJ, CG and GK, DH and HL. So these are the columns. Beams are AB, BC, CD, EF, FG, GH. Now for this every beam and column stiffness are given. Consider for AB member we can take 2K, for FG we can take 3K. In the given question, stiffness are given, even column length is also given, column height is also given. Column lengths are in first column, 4 meters for second column, 5 meters for third column. And column height for top floor is, we can take 3 meters, for bottom floor 4 meters. Now for this we need to calculate beam movements as well as column movements. Now first step number 1 is we are calculating here girder factor. Girder factor is nothing but beam factor, which is denoted by small g. Now the formula for small g is equal to summation of Kc by sum of K. Here sum of Kc is nothing but stiffness of column at a joint divided by total stiffness. Now consider I am taking joint number E. For joint E, how many columns we have? Joint E means I am taking joint E. For joint E, I want to calculate girder factor for joint E is equal to, for this how many joints we have, how many members we have? Those are 2. One is stiffness of KAE plus stiffness of KEI divided by how many total number of stiffness are there? For joint E it is connected to 3 members, EA member, EF member and EI. Means we can write here K of, again same AE plus K of EI plus, and one more member is EF member, K EF. So by adding these values we will get like this. See here at joint E columns are 2, K plus K. Now for at bottom sum of K is equal to K plus 2K plus K. So this is the formula used to calculate girder factor. That means girder factor, that is G. I will explain for joint F also. For joint F, how many columns we have? 2K plus 2K divided by sum of K means 2K plus 3K plus 2K plus 2K. Here you will get answer of 0.44. Like that, we need to calculate girder factors for all members. How many girder factors are there? Means all these are beams. Joint E, joint F, joint G, H, A, B, C, D. You can see values here. So this is step number 1. In step number 2, you people need to calculate column factor. Column factor means how many columns are there? Joint A, joint B, I, B, F, J, C, G, K and D, H, L. So these are the column factors. Now at joint A, see here at joint A, how many columns we have? First column is only AE, but how many members is connected? AE member as well as AB member. Now see here, now the formula for C is equal to 1 minus G. Directly we can write 1 minus G of A, that is joint A. At joint B, 1 minus GB. At joint C, 1 minus GC. From here, we can calculate column factor. The column factor formula is C is equal to 1 minus G. From here you will get. Now, in step number 3, we need to calculate moment factor for a member. Now, see here, let capital G is nothing but girder moment factor, or we can type B moment factor also. Now, capital C is nothing but column moment factor. Okay. Now, how to calculate girder moment factor? That is capital G. Capital G also, capital G is equals to GM into K. Now, what is the meaning of GM now? GM is nothing but girder moment. What is that? GM is nothing but girder moment factor. GM is equal to G plus half of the far end of G. Now, how we can calculate small gm here? I will give an example. See here, GM means girder moment. Girder moment means it is a beam, no? Which beam we are taking? Consider taking AB member. Now, GM of AB is equals to G of A plus half of the far end is GB. Now, I am taking this beam. This is joint A, this is point. For joint A, B girder movements as well as column movements. Girder movements means B movements. GABBA, BCCB, CDDC, EFFE, FGGF, GH and HT. These are the girder movement factors. Now column movement factor means AE, EA, EI, IE, BF, FD. Like that we will calculate till HF as well as LH. This is step number 3. So from step number 3 we can calculate GM values, CM values. Now we will substitute this small cm, small gm in capital G and capital C. Now see here, I will write here capital G is equal to, capital G is nothing but column movement factor. Capital C is equal to CM into K. This is the formula. Now I want to calculate capital G for which being AB member. Capital G of AB is equal to CM of AB into stiffness of AB. This is the formula to be used to calculate girder movement factor for AB member. Even we can calculate for BA. And right here, after AB, calculate BA, next BC, C. Like that, we need to calculate for each and every B. Now after this, we need to calculate column movement factor, that is capital C. Capital C means column. First column is AE. So C of AE is equal to, sorry here we will take GM. Now C of AE plus, so C of AE into stiffness of AE. This is the formula to be used to calculate column movement factor. For girder movement factor, use girder movement only. For column movement factor, use column value. Clear with this? Now, after calculating these values for each and every member of separate columns and beams, now we need to calculate only movements. These are the factors. No? These are girder movement factor and column movement factor. Now, we need to calculate column movements as well as beam movements. See here, from here we will get the values of beam movement factor as well as column movement factor. Now, step number 4, that is column movement. The formula for MC is equal to MT into C by sum of C. Now, MC means column movement. M indicates movement, C indicates column. Is equal to MT. MT is nothing but total movement. MT indicates total movement of a particular fluid into capital C is nothing but column movement factor divided by sum of column movement factor from top floor. So this is a formula to be used to calculate column movements. Now I will calculate for one member, that is MC. Means column movement for which member I want to take? Column means AE member, no? That is AE is equal to, what is MT? I write MT here. MT is nothing but total movement. For which floor we should take? For top floor. Now, MT for top floor is equal to, which force is acting? See here. Here, force is 12 kilonewtons, perpendicular distance is 3. So, I want a movement for top floor. So, 12 into 3 indicates movement of top floor. Now, MT for bottom floor is equal to, how many movements we have? For top, one movement is there. For bottom, one movement is there. So 12 into 3 plus 4 is first movement for top floor. 24 into 4. So here I write 12 into 4 plus 3 plus 24 into 4. So these are the values of MT for top floor and MT for bottom floor. Suppose you want to calculate column movement for top floor, use this value. For bottom movement, use this value. Clear? Now, after calculating these values, what we should do? Substitute these values in MT for top flooring. Whenever you want to calculate for bottom flooring, use bottom values. Now, what is C? I'll write here MT of A is, where A is acting? Top floor. Top floor multiplied with C of which member? Again, AE member divided by sum of C means, I'll write here use water value. I am writing here sum of C for top flow. So this is the formula to be used for top flow values. Now after this we will calculate for water flow. For water flow, what is the member? Here is the member. So I will write already here MC of EI is equal to MT of water into C into, sorry, here you will get column over, C into EI divided by summation of C into which flow? Water flow we should get. Like this we should develop column movements. Now for B movement,